Hello everyone, I'm Wolf Riders, and joining me today is DaisymcCrazy, and this will be our podcast on music. Well, music throughout different things like fandom and game soundtrack creation. Do you have anything to say, Daisy?
No. Other than this is my first time on a podcast, so I'm happy that you'll have me.
Well, it's my first time hosting one. Generally, it's Sides podcasts that I'm on.
Oh,
And
sure.
I can't seem to get him to connect. It's weird.
Oh, bull. Can I just ask you a question, real quick? Um, are these podcasts like online?
Yeah.
So I'll be able to hear them
Mm-hmm.
somewhere? Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to hear it on the 27th, I think.
Ooh, okay.
See, I record something a week in advance usually. Well, last semester I did it every day. That I would record a video and then post it that day, but that ended up too stressful since I was sick. And so now since
Oh, no, go ahead.
But now, since I'm feeling a little better and it's the off season for school, well, it starts next week, I've been just
Oh,
building
yeah, okay.
up videos to post.
Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah.
So, do you want to tell me a little something about your process with how you make songs and stuff?
Oh, well, soundtracks is like making normal music. I have a YouTube channel, of course, where I make tributes and just soft compositions, and some of it is my own, and some are like original pieces that I dedicate to some special people. So soundtracks is actually a new thing for me.
So, with like the theme for Pixel Hearts, how did you come up with how you wanted it to sound?
Well, I always listen to a lot of soundtracks, so I always have an idea of what I want to do. I mean, you guided me to. You told me what kind of music you wanted for your game. So, obviously, I was considering what would fit for a MPG game, because I'm assuming it's an MPG.
RPG.
So, yeah, RPG. Sorry, RPG. Sure. So I've watched now your game is for Markiplier, right?
Yep.
And I've watched Markiplier too. For 2 years, 3 years maybe. So I can imagine what you wanted with your game, and I can imagine what kind of emotion you wanted for your game, and what kind of sound you wanted in the background. So
I'm also thinking about making one for Bob too, and call it Waltz of the
Oh,
Wildcats. But I think I'm gonna work on Mark's first and see how he likes it, if he plays it, and then make one for Bob.
I'm sure you'd want to play it.
Yeah, I'm actually
Very dedicated to his fans.
Yeah, I'm actually on like a little stopping point right now with making the game, since I'm waiting for someone to fix the sprites for me, because a lot of the sprites I made aren't the right size, because I made them in MV, and MV doesn't import to ACE correctly, and so I just had to send it to one of my friends, and I was like, fix it please.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm just making maps. So many maps.
Let me just say, it's really interesting to talk to you actually right now. I know we're not in person, but we've only texted each other.
That's true.
So it's really cool.
Thank you. Do I sound like you think I would sound like?
I don't know. I didn't really consider what you would sound like. But it's...
A lot of people are surprised with how I sound. They're like, you don't sound American, Woeful. And I'm like, I am.
Oh man.
Like, even
Well,
in day-to-day life, people are like, oh, what's your accent from? I'm like, here.
well, I didn't even notice that you had an accent. Do you have an accent?
Mm-hmm. Well, see,
Huh?
it's hard to pick up on this microphone, but when I'm talking, like, in person to someone, I guess I just sound like a mixture of different places. Like how I say some words is how the British pronounce it, and then another way that I pronounce things is, Creole, because I'm from the deep south, and I just moved to
Oh.
Texas, and so I have a weird way of talking. But normally I have a general American accent, but just with some words.
Well, I really, to be honest, I didn't notice you had an accent. I'm foreign too, so I know how you feel.
Yeah. And you don't sound foreign, that's the thing.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
So, like, when I try to speak a different language, I have a really thick accent. Like, when I speak Persian, it's really thick. Like,
You can speak Persian?
Like, how this? Shalahukum man magi hashtam as didenet shomo hoshbatam. So, that's a really thick American accent with
You
speaking
just
Persian.
blew my mind. Sorry. You just blew my mind. I don't know. I thought of you as an American.
Well, I am American. It's just I have multiple countries in my lineage, and so I have to know a lot of things so I can actually interact with my relatives. Like, I have German cousins. I can barely speak German. I can read German quite well,
Oh, yeah.
and I can speak some of it. But when someone's talking German at me, I'm like, I don't understand. Could you write it down?
I have studied German since, I don't know, 7th grade maybe, and that's like, I don't know, many years ago, and I'm not that good at it. Like, I can't speak it. It's kind of like the same thing. I can read it and I can spell it, but I can't really speak fluent German yet.
Yeah. Like, I can introduce myself in a couple different languages, but other than that, I can't really go forward. Like with Romani, it's like, Saseppi suonave Maggie. And that's all I know of Romani, which is really bad since that's one of the big things in my family is that we're Romani. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm working on learning Gaelic.
Sure.
And I like how we switched to languages for music. But music
Yeah.
is... see, this happens a lot with my podcast. I have ADD.
Oh,
I
it's
can't-
okay.
I jump.
We're just having fun.
Yeah,
We're
that-
learning.
Yeah, that's the point of a podcast
I mean-
anyway, to have fun.
I already know a lot about you now.
Like, I used to be able to write Hebrew pretty well, and then I got out of the habit. But I still had the habit of writing backwards. And it's weird. I write from right to left instead of left to right. Like, when I'm writing my name, I'll start at the far end that I'll need to be, and I'm like, E-I-G-G-A-M. And people are like, why are you writing backwards? I'm like, I'm just used to it, okay?
Don't be ashamed, girl.
Yeah.
It's cool to learn new languages, I'd say.
Here recently...
If you've ever read in my tweets, you know that I hate biology.
Yeah, I know.
Mathematics. I love learning languages.
I love
I think I could
languages.
speak. I think I spoke fluent English in seventh grade, maybe. I don't know. I was just so interested because, you know, a lot of people do speak, and it's like the main language. You have to learn it anywhere in the world.
See,
So I
here,
just felt really dependent on that.
yeah, where I live, the language that they tell you that you have to learn is Spanish and Mandarin. But the thing is, I was homeschooled, and my parents didn't know either language, and so they just focused on the languages that they knew. And yeah, because Mandarin is the most commonly spoken language in the world. And I plan on learning it for my foreign language credit here at college.
I really like to. I just recently learned how to write angry in Mandarin, and it just blew my mind how it works, because to me it makes sense, and to others it's just, I don't know what this means. What am I supposed to use this for? And I'm like, dude, it's fun. It's fun to learn languages.
Yeah, like I'm working on learning how to write in Chinese, like traditional Chinese. And I'm also learning how to write in Japanese, mainly because in Age of Love, which is a game that I've been working on for the past few weeks, alongside All for Her, because they take place in the same universe, is the town of Kayak. It sounds like kayak, but it's spelled differently. In the country of Yue is like really traditional Chinese inspired, and I can't pronounce it properly for the life of me, but I just call it kayak, even though that's a boat.
Okay.
Even though that's a
That's
boat.
fine.
Yeah, but the Queendom of Yue is based on traditional Chinese folklore and stuff. And the Kingdom of Connaught, which is an alliance with the Queendom of Yue, has their capital is called Yue. It's like Yue's Reach, or something. I can't remember what I named the file. But the demo that I have of All for Her, that's on Game Jolt, that some of my followers have played, is vastly different than what I have right now, since I switched engines. And so the sprites look different and all that. Have you ever tried making a game?
No, I don't really know how you do that. And I don't know. I don't think I have that much time in the world. I mean, I have a lot of time in the world, but I don't think I can work on a full game. I mean, it depends on what I'm feeling like. I write books for the most part if I feel creative. I write books, I play music, I make music, um, I do. I get creative in another way, I guess.
Yeah. The great thing about RPG Maker is the longest thing that it takes you to make the game is the outside elements like the story and the music and the sprites. But once you have all the outside stuff and you're ready to work in the engine, it's pretty much just super quick. Like when I was building the continent of Ort, it only took me 2 hours to make the whole map. And that was the intricate details and stuff of it. And I have the base map, a speed paint of it, uploaded to my YouTube if you check that out later, if you have time. But in total, it was only a couple hours. And it's when you deal with event processing that it actually just takes time. But you can knock out a game in a week. Just working a couple hours a day. used to
Well,
do.
how far done would you say you are with, like, are you 50% done? Are you 60% done? What would you
Look,
say?
with Pixar Hearts, some of the coding is, dependent on images and stuff. And I don't have all of the images because I'm commissioning someone to make pictures for it. But I'm like 50% done with Pixel Hearts. I should be done by June.
Well, it's good having a deadline.
Yeah, see, I don't want to rush because I can make a game in a week. I can actually make one in a day. But it's not the best game,
Yeah, I get it. You know, art takes time. Trust me, I know.
Like, I've been working on the story for Pixel Hearts since this past September. Like, a month before I even... Well, not September, because I messaged you in August. So, July, because I was working on the story a month before I messaged you. And...
right.
So, right now, since I'm on the standstill with the sprites, I'm fine-tweaking the maps and the story. Because some of the story has some plot holes, and I'm just like, I need to fix it.
I know that. I know that feeling. You know, you should see me writing my stories. I always find plot holes, and I'm trying so hard to fill them out. Fill them. So hard sometimes to be.
Like, there's
Well,
this
it's worth it.
Yeah, there's this one sequence in the game that I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do it. Because I know how to do the voice acting for it, but it's the transition. I want to figure out how to do an explosion of color. And it's just going to be a lot of finicky coding, But the line for it, it's the second to the last section in the game. It's, "Hi, Markiplier. Are you ready to pop some honeys?" Oh, that sounds bad. But this is going to be a dating sim.
Oh, well.
Because KGG has... Oh, okay, the premise of the game is Markiplier wishes for a simpler life, where he can actually interact with fans and stuff, and he doesn't feel all, swamped.
Yes.
And so KGG, she overhears, and so she puts him into a game. And she's like, "Are you happy? I worked so hard." And his lines are, "No, I'm not happy. I have fans to tend to." She's like, but I worked so hard. And he's like, And so to get out of the game, he has to beat the game. And so she has these different sections. Like, he has to beat Quartus Tenebris, which is like a horror mystery game. Well, it's not really horror. It's basically you solve the mystery. It's kind of like Gone Home, but with creepier elements in it.
Huh.
And then there's the Heart's Obsession, or I think I renamed it the Telltale Heart, whatever. That's when he has to woo, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's characters. And then the last game is I Dream in Technicolor. And it's a black and white world, except the Markiplier sprite. But every time you faint or die, you walk around in a world of color that's like you're in an acid trip.
Oh.
That's why I asked for something trippy.
Okay. Sure.
If you've... Well, I've never had an acid trip, but a propofol morphine trip is kind of close.
I'm a musician. I'm a musician. I've had an acid trip. I've been on drugs.
But like...
Your thing. No.
But I've had some interesting trips. I mean, none of them were illegal. My doctors are drug happy. Like, my last surgery, they gave me morphine and propofol, which propofol gives you some depressing, creepy nightmares, hallucinations. But morphine, it's like rainbows and unicorns, la da 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 da.
Well, I don't know how that sounds, but I think I have something figured out, I guess. If you don't like it, you can always make...
Oh, you've cut out. I can't hear you.
Oh! Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Just said if you didn't like what I got for you, you can message me.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll like it.
Well, I hope so. By the way, where is this other guy you were talking about?
He's apparently playing some game on Steam. I think it's Far Cry. Oh well.
Oh wow.
He works hard. It's okay if you forgot.
Sure.
So, other than making music, what do you plan to do, with your YouTube? Or are you just going to focus on music? Because you're really good at it.
Thank you very much. Well, I don't know. The main premise with the YouTube channel was for me to express myself through music. I'm not going to sit here and say that it was good in the beginning, because it was not good in the beginning, but I mean the music. But I don't know. I think I have I've gotten better at making music.
Well,
after I got my what?
When I first started with art and game making and stuff, I sucked. It took me a good 3 years before I could make a decent piece that I was proud of. It's just something that you work at. Like, I don't see why a lot of my friends that try music or art, they try once and then they see they're not good at it. Because, they're a beginner. And then they're just like, I give up. Screw it. I'm out. And I'm just like, you guys, you have so much potential.
Well, before Marky Moo, popular for its mark. But before Marky Moo, I was working on a lot of originals and my own projects, and they were not always that good, but it didn't really stop me from practicing, and it always took practice, of course. I have to say, after I got my MacBook, luckily I got my MacBook, my music became way better because I had new equipment. I had a chance to express myself different.
Yeah. I think my art really improved in quality once I got a tablet. I have the Wacom CT 450, which is actually discontinued now. But it's actually a really good tablet, even though it doesn't have pressure sensitivity. Were you able to hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Oh, we're coming up close to the 30-minute mark. Oh, well.
I was short.
Yeah. If you're willing to stay up a little longer, we could talk more.
Oh, sure, we can talk more. I got all night. Well, I got school tomorrow, but I got all night.
You have school on a Saturday?
No, whoa, hold on. I was off Monday, so I have a school day left. So we moved it to Saturday because our school has the special day where the students are supposed to have a normal day while younger people who are going to the school can come and see how the students work. So.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow, Denmark is
Bad.
advanced.
What?
I said Denmark is advanced. Because that sounds like it's a good thing. Here in Texas...
Well... I don't know. Denmark, people say that Denmark is like the happiest on earth, you know. Danes are so happy, and we have free school and free hospital, free healthcare. You know what? Just because we got that, we are all happy.
I've met
Trust
some really
me.
gloomy Danes. I know. But,
We walk around, you know what? We have this exchange student who's an American. And he says that he's so surprised how many Danes walk in black and white, like we're going to the funeral. Because we're sad people. We are so sad. Well.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, the difference between American schools and foreign schools. Because when I started college, my orientation consisted of basically them assuming I know these different things about a public school, even though I never went to public school, and it was an orientation for homeschool to college. And so they were saying all these different things, and I was like, I don't understand. And the person that was in charge of the orientation, he was like, well, it ain't our fault. You should have studied up. I'm like, I was assuming that the orientation was supposed to catch me up to speed to an actual college. No, well, you need to know what to be prepared for college. I'm like, that's what an orientation is for. Well, I hope you enjoy your first semester here. Like, okay.
What was the topics again for this podcast? I
It was
forgot.
music.
Well, you were talking about something else too. It was gaming.
Oh yeah, gaming. Yeah.
So what games did you play as a child?
I played like Perfect Dark, Mission Impossible. I have Super Mario. I have a... You know what? I actually have my games, my childhood games, in my room. 1 second. I'm back.
Great.
I keep them in a Swisher Sweets box, which is cigarettes. Actually, they're cigars, but I don't smoke. Okay, I have Sarge's Heroes, the second one. I have NFL Blitz 2001. I have Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. I have NFL Quarterback Club 99. I have Backstage Assault. Mission Impossible. Mayhem, which is a wrestling game. I have Rainbow Six. I have Ready to Rumble 2. And I have Star Fox 64, and I also have the Super Mario Brothers.
I have none of those games. I've never played them, but they sound great.
See, that consists of the games that I played as a child on the Nintendo 64. Because my cousin... See, my family didn't have a lot of money growing up, so it was pretty much... We mooched off of our cousin Patrick. And I think it was around 2005 that we got an Xbox. And we got Viva Pinata. And the funny thing is, it's the first thing that me and my brother actually bought with our own money. Like, we saved up. And we were working at that time, too, I think. I'm pretty sure we were working. We started working when we
Funny
were...
that you...
What?
Sorry. It's just that you mentioned your brother. And I remember at Christmas way, way back when PlayStation 2 came out. Me and my brother were so excited and we wanted that thing. So we just put all the money together that we can, and we got it for Christmas, apparently. So we didn't even have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But I remember the PlayStation 2.
Me and my brother, we actually started working when we were like 11 and 12, respectively. I was 11, he was 12. And we worked at a gas station. And we had pretty long hours. Like, I remember one week we worked like 70 hours, which it's not legal, but I'm not going to like say the name of the company that we worked for. It wasn't a company, but the store that we worked for, because we needed money, you know, and they were helping us out. Oh, I just have a Steam message. Sorry about that. Oh, it sighed. But what all games did you play growing up?
Well, me and my brother, as I said, we owned a PlayStation 2 together, and we played Guitar Hero 3, Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Oh, wait,
I
think
played
I played
mostly.
Tony Hawk 2.
Yeah. There is I was a kid, of course, and I don't even think I was allowed to play his games that much, so I was just playing like movie-themed video, Ratatouille, Garfield, stuff like that, based on animations. But I used to play his games too. Got Hitman and Batman, and I was like, I want to be like the cool kids, so let me play my brother's games.
See, I really liked playing the games that Davey, my brother, played. He played like Lego Star Wars and all these, you know. He also played a lot of shooting games like Battlefield Bad Company. And
Yeah, Battlefield, yes.
I played it, and I really like it. I like the games where you had to shoot and stuff. But we also really loved Viva Pinata, and I'm really sad that I can't find it.
Do you remember Counter-Strike?
Yeah. I never...
When I was younger, all my friends, they didn't even know what that game was about. I don't think they played it the right way, but they just thought it was the coolest thing. It was in a way, I was into it, but all my friends, they were all into it.
Hey, Side just messaged me asking if everyone's going to be ready at 1, even though... what time difference is?
Do you know what his time difference is? Time difference is?
He's in California, and I guess he didn't get the message about us going at noon. Well, that sucks.
That sucks. So, do you think he'll be here for the podcast, or?
I don't know. I could always just do another podcast with him. One second, I'm gonna pull up Twitter, okay? So you're gonna hear me tap it and stuff.
Actually, I have Twitter up too.
Let's see. Do. I have way too many tweets that I sort through. Okay. Well, like I have 646 tweets that I've tweeted. Well, apparently I didn't send the message to him. It's still in my drafts. Darn it. That
Oh,
explains things.
that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. And I don't want to have you stay up too long.
Well, it's not that late. I usually go to bed at like 10 p.m. and that's like 2.5 hours from here.
Yeah.
So I got plenty of time, girl.
Okay.
Worry about me.
This is going to be a fun video to edit into smaller bits. Because, like, if I upload it
Alright.
as one solid thing, it's going to take like 7 hours. But, how about this? We can take a break for about 25 minutes and then pick back up.
Sure.
Actually, wait, look.
Take a break.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do my end slate, which is just like, bye guys.
Okay.
Do you have a writing prompt for my viewers? You know, just anything for them to free write?
Wait,
See,
what?
At the end of
I
my
didn't catch
videos, I give them a writing prompt, like something to write about. I actually started that for the video that's going to be uploaded on the 26th, is for them to write anything, and I give them a prompt to write on. You know, like a theme.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. What they write about.
Well, like the first prompt that I did was the color red.
Okay.
Oh, I know. The language.
Oh, language.
And now it's time for us to say goodbye, because I'm going to have this as a separate podcast for when we start later.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.